Right, this is our allotment in Wiltshire, North Wiltshire. It's 200 square meters. We've had it just a year, started August 2015. It's now September 2016. It's the gate. It's very clay soil here. Those are the gladioli. They've finished flowering now. I need to deadhead them. And then we have the impressive African marigolds, really big heads, need to deadhead them as well. Of course, that's a train line, runs next to the allotments. Right, that contraption that you see there is a land drain. I've had to put in land drain on the allotment because of the severe wet weather we've had over the last winter. Put that up and got salads growing in there. Just gotten back from France, so it looks a little bit bedraggled, but not too shabby at all. I've obviously not been able to harvest their courgettes, so some of them have gotten pretty big. So that's the nice round courgette. So obviously you want the smaller one down there to eat. That thing there is pretty hard skinned, but obviously still edible. And then I've had to put the rabbit fencing up, rabbit-proof fencing, because despite the good security fencing around this particular allotment, which is a privately owned allotment, there are rabbits within the boundaries. So here we have a bed of carrots. Beds are 75 centimeters long, and are getting as many as 4 to 5 carrots on the breadth. I can't quite remember what that cultivar is that is growing there, but I know it's an heirloom French heirloom carrot. It's very pale coloured. I can pull one. Have a look at this. So as you can see, it's fairly pale compared to, for instance, the early Nantes, which is a vivid orange. I'll take that back home for juicing. Old wheelbarrow, flattened wheel, converted into a nice strawberry patch. Organic slug defense is as slimy as slugs themselves. I've got French dwarf beans growing here, and I put in a late bed of cucumbers knowing that probably wouldn't get anything out of them, or very small ones, and I see they've just been afflicted now as well, so that's a pity, but still getting something from there, because there are cucumbers down there. There's a fair amount. So I had the seeds, had the land, so got more carrots coming in there. That's the one thing that I've really managed to get right this year, is the rotational sowing, so that when one bunch or one bed of carrots is pretty much done, then we've got others coming through. This bed here I've got just the remnants of some shallots. I tried getting some more peas in, actually snap peas those. Who knows, we'll probably get some out of there. There's more carrots in there. Don't think they're going to come to anything, but might get some mini veg out of that. And then my giant teepee. I've never grown runner beans before, so I'm very chuffed with these. They're absolutely delicious, so I'll do that again next year. I've got clearly courgettes going wild in there, and tried growing a kind of melon from South Africa. Managed to get one fruit, but he's not quite ripe yet, and he's tiny, so that didn't work out too good. These are the original cucumbers sown in the beginning of the year, and they're pretty much done. I don't think there's any more fruit left on them anyway. So I'll take them out, clean that up. Well, that's my asparagus. I was lucky enough to get a commercial grower's asparagus, so where the stuff you buy in the shops is maybe weighs 100 grams and thin little hair-like roots. The stuff I got from the commercial stuff that the farmers use, I got I think 8 plants, and I tell you, those roots were each as thick as my finger. Probably about 500 grams per head. So they grew up really well. I need to take that nasturtium out there. Kale for the winter. It's been devastated, of course, by the cabbage whites. But I'll get my revenge. So hello, off you go. I don't kill them or anything, I just toss them. And it's all organic here, I don't use any insecticides. I've got things growing everywhere really, because we just needed to get stuff into the ground, you know, so I had the space. Taking that home for juicing, some dwarf aubergines and some tomatoes. Take that home for blanching and putting into the deep freeze. Cape gooseberries, looking forward to a good crop of Cape gooseberries. That's my chickpea, one of the chickpea bushes that I experimented with this year. So I'll grow many more of them next year so we can make organic humus. Those are all Cape gooseberries. It's very sweet yellow berry in a lantern. Nothing like the gooseberry that's known in the UK, which is fairly tart, isn't it? More French beans. I've never tried these ones before. They're the yellow beans, and they're very, very nice as well. Easy to grow. Just constantly fruiting. Got a bit of leek over here. Nice large beetroot waiting for us. So, I mean, long after everybody else had finished growing their peas, I put in this row of peas. We probably got about half a kilogram of peas off there already, and as you can see, there's plenty more. You know, we can't actually harvest the stuff fast enough. Sorry for swinging that around. Right, there's our pride and joy, 6 meters by 3 meters polytunnel. That's a kiwi fruit. How it will survive the winter, I'm not sure, but there you go. This is the Cape gooseberry that I'm talking about. So you see there's a lantern there. Aubergine. They're doing really well, and that one's going outside, so it's performed perfectly. We had so many courgettes. Blue pumpkin, patty pie. And what else do we have? Oh, we planted the whole lot, just let it grow to keep the weeds down, but yeah, it's not really working, is it? But, and that one's gone wild over there. Okay, what else have we got here? Let's get into the polytunnel, have a look at that. I've got bark down everywhere with matting underneath it. Keep the mud at bay. And tomato plants, I need to trim them back, get rid of a lot of the leaves. I mean, everything went a bit crazy while we were in France, so everything stayed well watered. I haven't got an irrigation system yet, but fortunately the caretaker on the allotment, a very nice couple, they looked after the plants in here. And yeah, as you can see, dwarf aubergines, they went crazy. We hand pollinated these, and what we were using was just a paintbrush, a little paintbrush, and then I got wires up, and what I did was I pick a sacrificial flower and then go around dabbing that flower against all the others on the theory that it has the pollen in it anyway, doesn't it? So really, that seemed to work because they've really fruited very well. Okay, what else have we got here? Chilies, we harvested the chilies as soon as we got back. This is a lovely cultivar. It's called Ishanga. It's from South Africa, It's very sweet. It's mildly, not mildly hot. It's hotter than a jalapeno. Not as hot as a Scotch bonnet probably. I don't know what the Scoville scale is off the top of my head. This is Zimbabwe black chili. It's probably very similar to a bird's eye. So eat with caution. Mandy's basil plant. Very nice tasting that. Nice big old peppers waiting for us. Alright. And yeah, that's about it. The last thing I wanted to show you was what we're going to be specializing in. And this is Heart of the Aztec. It is a Capsicum infiltrata cultivar. So it comes from South America, and the infiltrata capsicums have a black seed. I think, is there a fruit? Let me see. I think one of the older plants, one we kept alive from last year, has got fruit, but very small. Usually they're a lot bigger than that, but that's the shape of them. They're hotter than a pepper, but not quite as hot as a chili. You're obviously going to get the Scoville scale, but this is we've got 19 plants. These are the parent plants really, and yeah, they won't cross-pollinate with the other chilies. And yeah, so we're going to be specializing in those. They're fantastic. They're really fruity, big chilies, great flavor, great for cooking with, great for stuffing with goat cheese, olive oil, olives, anchovies. You go mad with the recipes. But yeah, so this is it. And that's essentially a quick tour of the allotment. I'll do more specifics. This is just a big introduction to what the allotment's about. There's 200 square meters. Like I said, it's very clay. So I've got a lot of work to do to break up the clay. I'm not using raised beds, as you can see. It's going to be building up the soil. That's what my plan is. Along the lines of Jean-Michel Fortier, the market gardener from Quebec, Canada. Yeah, so I'm using the principles that he's used very successfully to turn over a revenue of something like $100,000 a year on 1.5 acres. Yeah, exactly. All right. Thanks a lot. Cheerio.